May 26th, 2009. Hello, diary. My name is Daniel Franklin. I just got this leather-bound beauty of a book in a garage sale. Its covers are smooth and black, pages yellowed and antique in texture. No doubt a detail I'll become fond of as time goes on. Hell, I already like it. Gives the book a classical feel. Such a delightful thing, don't you agree? But I digress. Today was just full of ventures to break out of the rut into which my life had sunk. First, I tried the new eatery on 8th. And then I bought this book at an old, out-of-the-way garage sale in Eatonton. Such a kind old woman selling them. Cookies she gave the buyers were just delicious. I may go back to get one, if not to acquire the recipe itself. Well, my cat, Bartolome, is keeping me company tonight, and I must cut this first, rather short entry to a close, and I hope to update this with my memoirs of my life many, many times. May 27th, 2009. Hello, diary. Daniel again. Today was boring as usual. Even my favorite book couldn't alleviate the cloud of boredom over my head. I started to find my best friend Mark to be a tad annoying. Mark is nothing special. Normal American family man from the suburbs. Is there anything wrong with me if I start to think some human beings are disposable? It earlier crossed my mind how uninteresting some of the robotic creatures I keep in my company really are. Ashley with her endless list of pet names for her latest boy toy. Stuart his mumbling about the paranormal, UFOs, and the like. Though his theories are interesting, they're still about the same thing every day. Is it really wrong to think that these beings are just packs of meat that shouldn't have been given a working brain? Death will be a mercy to them once they reach that faithful day. Wait, what am I writing? These are my friends. What the hell came over me? Uh well, I did stop by that sweet old woman's house today. We shared a plate of some of those delicious cookies with some tea, the flavor of which I can't place. Such a sweet old woman. It's too bad much of her family is dead, or has forgotten about her. Her name is Susan Anderson, and her home is filled with so many curiosities from ages of old. It just fascinates me so. I must go back there. I must go back there again sometime. Well, I must pull this entry to a close. I'm still asking myself how I could think such horrible things as I did about my closest coworkers. May 28th, 2009. Diary, I'm going to be rambling tonight. I woke up because of I don't know if this was a bad dream or a good dream. I remember it so vividly, even though dreams have almost never stuck in my head since the day of my puberty, and many of those were less confusing and a little more wet. Well, this one was strange. Felt more like a memory than a dream, though before now I hadn't been aware of such a memory. It was when I was barely 5 years old. I was the son of the town butcher, and my teenage sister at the time loved me, and I loved her. Never knew that she was sad in any way. She always seemed happy enough. I never knew her true thoughts. Even as I write this, I still don't understand. In my dream, I was toddling through the house, but something struck me as being amiss. One of Daddy's knives was missing. I looked up at the wooden knife block, seeing the curious gap in the row of black grips. Dad always said to tell him when there was a knife gone from his counter. For whatever reason, I didn't pay attention to his rule and continued on in my dream. And suddenly, I was pushing my way into my sister's room. She was on her bed, arms hanging off each side, dripping with some dark red liquid. It looked almost like juice. Walked over and dragged my finger across one of the pools of red liquid before placing it in my mouth and sucking. It was not a pleasant taste. Rather, it tasted like some of those shavings left over from when Dad sharpened his knives. The rest seemed to happen in slow motion. Mommy walked in, found us, she screamed, fell on the bed over my sis. I tugged on her dress. What's wrong, Mommy? Sissy's just sleeping. And she made juice. And that's all I remember. It was chilling. I remember it, and I think I will continue to think about it. Can't shake it. Is it an actual memory that I put behind me? I can still taste the juice in the dream. Tasted heavily of iron, but also sweet. June 9th, 2009. Diary, I have an explanation as to why I've been absent. Mark died. He got in a car crash and bled to death. God, poor little Justine. She's going to be 5 next week, and now she doesn't have a father with whom to spend her birthdays. And Mona, his wife, is a wreck. His funeral service is on Sunday, and I'll miss him dearly. I've known him since we were both just in kindergarten, you see. I've been like a ghost these past couple days. The boss told me to take some days off work at the office, at least until after the funeral. It'll be hard to cope with the loss, but I believe I'll come through all this with my head held high. Ah! Paper cut. Such trivial little things, tiny, thin. They heal in less than an hour if they're treated right, but they bleed like the dickens until they do. That memory. They only sting, but you can always feel them nagging at you for the time that they're there. Also, the blood has the same taste of the blood in my memory. Most people find the taste too metallic. No one tastes the sweet side of the blood fluid. Wait, what am I saying? It's revolting. Such a barbaric thing to do, drink blood. Say it's sweet. Even if it is. June 12th, 2009. Diary, I was fired. I've drunk my own blood. It's delicious, so sweet, so thick, I just love it. I gave it some thought for the last couple of days, and the liquid is almost magical, isn't it? Such a deep red, mysterious, again, thick. I love it. I would drink all the blood out of my body if it wouldn't kill me. But now that I gave it some thought, trying to keep this new taste of mine at bay was just plain asinine. It's a beautiful thing. Prettier than the average rose. Nothing can beat it. Though, my thoughts are now starting to wander. If my own blood tastes so good, how am I to know that other people's blood doesn't taste better? I must find out. Let the consequences not sway my hand. I will have my sweet elixir, my sparkling cider, my red wine. June 15th, 2009, 6 o'clock p.m. Tonight I will sample another's blood. It will be that sweet old Susan Anderson. She won't be missed anyway, so why not have her be my first? It'll be like a mercy to her, being so old and near death already. I bet her blood is aged like sweet, sweet wine. Bring my 2 closest friends with me. You see, Mark is coming along for the excursion into the night, along with my sweet sister Alexis. They understand and they support me. They know how sweet blood really is. They know that I need it. I crave it. My body yearns for it, yeah. But this knife and this glass, they will help me sample the selfishly unshared blood of Susan Anderson. 7:02 p.m. She welcomed me. She thinks I'm just here to share another cup of tea. She didn't even question the knife and the glass. Hell, she even put them on the cabinet, as if on display. Oh, I don't need a knife. I have this pen. And everybody says the pen is mightier than the sword. As I said, I will have her blood. But who says I can't have a little appetizer? Just simple little prick on the finger. That's all I need. Yes, simple, delicious. Just have more. Must have more. The finger is not enough for me anymore. It's just child's play now. Now, where should I cut to find more? Yes, of course. I've known the answer all along. That dream wasn't just a memory. It was telling the future. The veins and the arteries in my wrist will have the sweetest mixture. My sweet sister was just showing me where to find it. My word, this must be the nectar of the gods itself. Just so divine. Blood is the answer to all my prayers. Must have more. More. Sister is showing me the way. July 1st, 2009. What a pleasant diary! Such a nice feel to it. The cover, the most exquisite shade of red, pages old and yellow, just like some journal back in the times of Lewis and Clark. I simply demanded to know where Susan got it, but all she said was that she had many of the like. She must be rich. Such a book deserves to be put into a display case. She also invited me into her house where I am now, which is filled with so many oddities: old guns, shards of plastic, grouped with old destroyed clocks. She even has a kitchen knife and an exquisite wine glass in one of the cabinets. She led me to a grand bookcase, and I was amazed at the various books lining the shelves. Some of them look centuries old, but the newest one looks like a twin of this one, simply in black. I asked her if I could read some of them, but she simply shook her head with a smile. Oh well. Where are my manners? My name is Martin Sampson of Eatontonville, Washington. I can't wait to write the memoirs of my life in these welcoming yellow pages.